The station at Douglas is the oldest running station of its kind in Canada. This year's sale at the end of March will be a celebration of 60 sales here at the Douglas station.
Douglas was pretty well known right across Canada for their facilities and for the quality cattle they had and the people that were involved in it, because the people who were involved in it were always very approachable people, and you could always visit with them and you were always welcome there, and that that's pretty important too. So well, we have to go back to day one. If it wasn't for Dan Gullett and McCabe Grain, that probably would never ever happen, because the government wouldn't have any part of it, and there was nobody that else could afford to be there. And finally Dan Gullett said, well, maybe McCabe's are interested in it. And we were there nonstop for 50 years. We started out with Hereford bulls, and then we went to Angus too. So we had both Hereford and Angus. But we never missed a year for 50 years. The Herefords were the main thing, and the Angus, they were the two breeds that were, and then Charolais came along, and then the other breeds kind of trickled in as we went along, but Hereford and Angus and Charolais were the main ones. Right at the start, they probably had about 250, and then it went from there right to 500 right now. Everybody wanted in, and people got upset if they couldn't get in. The first sale, I remember they sat on straw bales out in one of the pens, and if it was cold, and if it was wet, you sucked it up, and no, it was good. Yeah, that was always a great group of guys there. Everybody pulled together, and it was good. The people we're dealing with are all excellent people, and people that wanted to see the breeds, mature and do well, and everybody worked together. They were a great group, and everybody pulled together, and because of that, it was very successful. It got so that Douglas was the place to be, and everybody wanted to be there.
In 2019, we came down to look at some heifers that we were interested in, and we were basically pretty new to the whole breed in general, and looking at it, it's like, I think what we have at home would fit in. And then we sale day, seen the full barn, and it was like, if we could reach all those people, it would be a pretty good starting place. And then, so yeah, we kind of bit the bullet the next year and brought something down ourselves, and then we were very pleased with how that year went, and then it just seemed like a no-brainer we've had no complaints, so it's a no-brainer to keep coming back.
I was the manager, and now I'm a consigner, so I like to bring bulls here for the sale portion. They go against test, and then all those bulls get sold in the sale as well. As a young producer, it's the best way to start and get your name out there. You bring one or two, and you can slowly build up, and that gets your customer base going. And
the role of the station for the consigners is to provide a controlled environment where the consigners can bring their best to town and have them performance tested against their contemporaries within their own breed, and to compete against other breeds.
From the producer side, that's the most beneficial I see, is just being able to compare with your breed, where if you're going to a production sale where it's all one breed, they all look good. So
can't really question your cattle until you put them in the same pen on the same feed program. You soon learn what's working for your herd and what needs improved, and it just gives you a whole new perspective.
Yeah, if you want, it's very beneficial to your own herd too, to just test your own animals to go back to your own herd too.
We started with a heifer the first year. It was just a heifer because we picked our very best animal, I thought, to bring here, and then all of a sudden we got realizing that heifer fit in very well on the test and numbers wise, and it's, why aren't we trying some bulls too?
The quality of the bulls is improved all the time, and there's people coming there looking for bulls that are looking for top end bulls, because that's a place to go to find them. So
Year after year, the quality of the stock gets better. The breeding programs get better, the producers get better, and the buyer has an even better selection to take a bull home and incorporate into his program there.
I'm a purebred guy and I love cattle, and my whole life I have, and just being able to see the bulls from start to finish, I loved watching that every year.
It's got to be the group that's always been here, right? Like see, the older consigners, if they had the same group of people pushing them forwards, then that's what it's going to take to keep this size of an operation going, right? Is you always need a wealth of knowledge somewhere in the back that's including the young people and pushing for them to come here and wanting to see them succeed.
"60 years is a long-standing tradition. As you can imagine, the test station over 60 years of operation has had to be nimble on its feet, and with its decision making, it's been pointing forward and will continue to go forward for a long, long time.
It's just starting for us, I know that, but in 2 short years what we've gotten out of it's benefited us a lot, so there'll come the time to give back.
Welcome to the 60th anniversary sale at the Douglas Bull Test Station. I hope to see you here in the stands, or do welcome you to participate in our sale online.